Now we jump into triplet rolls. Now we need to focus on a triplet hand speed, connecting that to our feet and the tempo, and understand how to play triplets in time, and then adding the responsibility of a double stroke. So when we play this exercise, we want to focus on the same pressure points, the same consistent motion, so we did it in eighth note rolls. But now we have the extra responsibility of connecting those triplet rhythms to our feet and understand how each of those beats line up with our feet. So as you play this exercise, make sure you understand each beat, how it lines up with your foot, and how to count the exercise. As you get further into the exercise, it becomes a little bit more tricky to line up with your feet. So spend some time really slowly first, make sure it's accurate before you get up to those faster speeds. This exercise has 6 parts in it. Don't be afraid to break it down to just one section or 2 sections back to back. I would recommend doing just the first section, right diddle and right diddles back to back, and just make sure that is consistent first before you move on to the next pattern. Then spend time on the left diddle and left diddles pattern, and then you can move ahead to the rolls and tap rolls. But do this in parts and work on each section being very consistent before you jump to the next part. You can work on this exercise in a lot of different ways. One great way is to do this just like the roll primer in triplet. And work on just connecting the hands and getting that pressure consistently. You can do this exercise with buzzes. And that's just a great way to connect the check to the buzzes at these faster speeds. If you do that, getting back into the exercise with the diddles is going to be a lot easier because you've already worked on the pressure points of your hands. We do this in triplets because we can move this at faster rates, which is very common in shows these days. So you want to work on slow, medium, and faster speeds and try to associate it to what you need for your group and your level. When you do this at faster speeds, make sure you really focus on keeping the energy going. Make sure you don't slow down with the rolls. Make sure you move in your feet. That's really important, is marking time to this exercise. That's a really big aspect that we miss sometimes. So focus on playing with a metronome, find realistic tempos that's going to benefit you and your ensemble, and then move your feet to it while you play. There's many ways to play a rolls exercise. Think about what works for your ensemble and what you need for your show. If you have more triplets in your show, maybe spend a little more time on a triplet rolls exercise. If you have a little bit more duple and eighth note bass, spend a little more time in eighth notes. It's really important you understand it's the same type of exercise. You approach it the same way. It's just the context is different. The hand speed may be different, but the goals are always the same. Great quality of sound, even pressure, even check patterns. This is an exercise at slow tempos. We can play high and nice and relaxed. We can play it low. We want to work the full spectrum of dynamics. As we get faster, we're probably going to want to spend a little more time at the low level, and that's a little bit more common at the faster speeds, is to play low rolls, which take a lot of control.